Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise. Today we have episode 5, I believe. We'll be playing weeks 2 and 3, kind of highlighting some of the off field stuff that I'll be doing here, and then playing the second and third game of our season. First against the Broncos. It looks like we are away, and then the Chargers after that. A little bit of top stories going around the league. Um, Looks like the Texans will be playing the Bears. Tua and the Dolphins will be playing Josh Allen and the Bills. That's a big one considering the Bills stole the division from the Dolphins at the end of the year last year. Um, Dexter Lawrence is returning to the starting lineup. Brees Hall had a really big week 1 with 9 yards an attempt with 2 touchdowns. Dak Prescott's playing good. That's always good to see. And it looks like Caleb Williams played really well in week 1 with 3 touchdowns on 80% completion. A couple updates. I am using Matt 10's new Madden 25 sliders. I am keeping the 12-minute quarters from last week with the 13-second accelerated clock. So I'm hoping that will give a good amount of plays. I felt the play number was pretty good last week. The score just ended up being kind of high. So I'll have to see how it turns out after these next couple weeks we'll play here. Obviously, we have the Broncos that we're going to travel and play, second road game in a row. We have TJ Watt back to wearing number 90. So I'm going to go through a couple of these things, just little weekly tasks here, bring you along with for some of them. And yeah, I'll catch in with you whenever I am up to something new here. Top players of week 1. So the AFC Defensive Player of the Week was Damonte KZ with 8 tackles and his pick 6 to end the first half. Kirk Cousins did win NFC Offensive Player of the Week with his amazing performance as well. Looks like we do have a press conference, so let's see what they'll be asking us in the media today. How do you feel about the results in your season opener? Obviously not happy with how he played. Which side of the ball struggled more? Well, this was kind of a surprising thing for me, but I felt the defense struggled a lot more despite having pick 6 and playing good. We did give up points, big chunk plays a lots of the time, so that was tough. Who needs to play better this week? Our pass defense. We got completely shredded in the pass game, so we are going to have to defend the pass a lot better moving forward. Which one? Ooh. Um, my user of Minka struggled pretty good, so I'm gonna go with Minka. Morale dropped by 5 points, so Minka took that personally. Let's see if he can have a little bounce back game. I am going to go upgrade players before our weekly strategy or practicing. It is just Cam Sutton. We're actually going to leave that. Um, he's sitting as a kicker, which will change him back to being a corner once he is no longer suspended. I did add a player to our favorited board, our draft board, just because of he was being involved in a story um, in the news. So that was Jeffrey McLeod, undrafted tackle. He is from Pittsburgh, the University of Pittsburgh. So Pitt guy. He's a tackle with good to solid strength. He doesn't look to be amazing. If he can be a draftable player, though, hopefully he'll have like some kind of development trait that we can take advantage of. So I like having him, and he looks like he could profile to be more of a guard as well. So that might be what we look for out of him. With that being said, I think it's time to jump into our weekly strategy, look through the practice. I did see that uh, our offensive coordinator came to us and said we might want to consider going elsewhere with the ball outside of George Pickens because Pat Surtain is on the Broncos, who is a very good player, which is understandable. In terms of defending the Broncos, it seems that their short pass is what we're being suggested here. I'm kind of surprised they wouldn't have been more of a running team. Um, Although Bo Nix is a bit of an athlete at quarterback, I'm going to try and just defend his scramble ability. I know it's showing Zach Wilson, but I think Bo will rely heavily on his legs to get him going moving forward. Yeah, kind of build a rhythm, use that athletic ability he has. In terms of our running game, I think, or our offense, I am probably going to focus on running the ball. I think trying to get this up the middle against these guys, I don't think they have a ton of, you know, fantastic impact players up the middle of the field. So I think that's going to be our strategy against the Broncos. 300 yards, 20 points. Actually, our defense really struggled. Honestly, if we allow 24 or less, I'd be happy. 300 yards is solid for me. Let's get after Bo Nix, the rookie. Actually, let's get him to throw a pick. We just want one pick from him. That's all. I'm gonna go through and play these practices with these guys, and I will see you in likely in the game. All right, we got gold with Fotanu. These O-line drills do take kind of a while, so those do get a little boring. We're gonna move on to Zach Frazier. Hopefully, we can get all his points this week as well. All right, so we ended practice getting a silver for Frazier and a gold for Wilson. Good week of practice. Going into week two, really hoping to get on the winning way of things here, get a win. It looks like we do have at least one practice injury. Nick Herbig with an ACL sprain, so one of our edge rushers um, will be inactive for today's game at least. On the offensive side of the ball, not sure what we got going here. Let's take a look. Looks like on the offensive side of the ball, we are healthy. So we do have Herbig, who we need to go make some changes with our depth chart on the edge. I'll get that taken care of before the game. Looks like Roman Wilson does have an upgrade point, which we are going to use on his playmaker. Getting the ball in his hands is going to be super important. He gets a pretty good boost to his route running there, which has looked pretty good so far. So I'm excited to see that. Again, Cam Sutton will wait to give his upgrade once he is no longer a kicker. Looks like Herbig. Let's take a look at the injuries. So Holcomb is still out for another 2 weeks with broken ribs. Fehoko is done for the year, likely. Herbig is done for just this week. We'll sit him down. So IJ Sanders will likely be the kind of rotational edge rusher, along with um, not sure who else we have. I'll let you know once we get into the game. I'll see you there. I'll get this stuff done myself here. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Steeler football. The Pittsburgh Steelers travel to play the Denver Broncos today. The Pittsburgh Steelers lost their first matchup in an overtime game against Atlanta on a walk-off overtime touchdown to Drake London. Very disappointing, obviously, in the week one performance. However, there was a lot of bright sides. The offense was able to score a lot of points. The defense had some big time plays and turnovers. So we are hoping to see more of that in today's game, except with a bit of a different result as the rookie quarterback Bo Nix leads the Denver Broncos onto the field in front of the home crowd here at Mile High. We'll have kickoff in just a moment. Should be a good one today. Both these teams looking to prove stuff. A extremely veteran head coach on the Denver side, and Sean Payton and Dominic Backus on the Pittsburgh sideline. Russell Wilson will jog out with the offense to start this game. Last game, two touchdowns on with two interceptions as well, 234 yards. He honestly played pretty well, had some big time plays. However, the turnovers did stink. Let's jump right into this one. Jalen Warren on first down gets a carry, and he's going to take this one past midfield. He's chugging down the sideline, got defenders closing in, and he takes it down inside the 15, setting him up in the red zone after just the first play. A huge carry for Jalen Warren. Najee Harris checks into the game to give him a bit of a break at the running back spot. Harris trucking forward picks up about 6, getting them down to near the 5-yard line. He's a little slow to get up. Cordarrelle Patterson checks into the game, 3rd and 6, throwing to the sideline. That's Calvin Austin who makes the catch out of the slot, setting him up with a 4th and 1 from the 4. Pittsburgh keeps the offense on the field. This is a long 1 yard. Looking to draw him off sides. They hand it to Warren, who trucks his way, and he is denied. 3 carries already today for Jalen Warren. Sets him up third and goal from the 1-yard line. Warren still in the game behind Ben Mason, the fullback. They hand it to him, and that's wide open. Touchdown. Jalen Warren caps off the drive where he put on a heck of a performance. Already over 65 yards on the day. He'll dance in the end zone, and he deserves it. Great blocking set up this touchdown, especially on the left side with Broderick Jones with the big block there. As 1st and 10 for Denver, that's a huge hit in the backfield. TJ Watt just demolishes Javonte Williams there. Huge hit from their Steelers star edge rusher. 2nd and 14 after the big play in the backfield. Throw over the middle is a completion, and that is going to be nearly a first down pickup as Bo Nix completes his first pass of the day. After converting the 3rd down, it's going to be a 1st and 10. Nix hands off to Williams, and that's another big hit. Cam Hayward, the veterans on this defense, are showing up early today. He didn't have the greatest game last week. However, he is showing up already. Single high look on 3rd and 11. Empty for the Broncos. They're going to air this one out. Nix, pressure, closing in, and he is sacked. Hayward was there. Highsmith was there. They met at Bo Nix, and they'll shake hands after that one. That'll set up the Steelers with a 1st and 10. Wilson off the play action, throwing over the middle. He's got Roman Wilson who makes the catch on the dig route there, picking up a big first down. 2nd and 8 for the Steelers offense. Wilson dropping back under pressure, gets it off to George Pickens. He's got space, makes a man miss. Huge move from George Pickens and gets him out past the 30-yard line. Great run after the catch for Mr. Pickens. Their number 1 receiver had a touchdown last week, already off to a great start in this one. Look at this throw from Wilson. Took a hit from the edge, lofted it out there for Pickens on the drag route, makes the catch, turns upfield. He's got too much speed and athleticism to be tackled, early on after that catch. That leads us to a 3rd and 3. Warren the back. They'll hand it to him. Nice block from rookie Zach Frazier, the center, to lead the way for Warren as he eclipses 80 yards with that carry. A fantastic start for Warren today on just 7 carries. 2nd and 16. Last play of the first quarter, they'll hand it to Warren again. He cuts back up the middle, and that's about a pickup of 9. Almost 100 yards in the first quarter for Jaylen Warren, as we've seen some big carries from him today. Hopefully, the Steelers' offense can keep this explosiveness and the defense can continue to shut down the Broncos as we head into the second quarter. Wilson takes the snap, throwing over the middle. He's got Freiermuth, who picks up the first down and breaks a tackle, spinning and falling into the end zone. That's a touchdown for the tight end, Pat Freiermuth. Nice throw from Wilson across the middle to get it in the hands of Freiermuth, who made the play after the catch. Makes the catch over the middle, was able to truck through some defenders and use his big size to make a play. Moss on the return, going to bring this one up and get it to the 37. Bo Nix jogs back out with the offense for their second drive, trailing 2 scores already at the beginning of the second quarter. Javonte Williams, the back on 1st down. In the offset eye, Nix, play action, going to throw deep, and he's got a receiver on the sideline. That's Cortland Sutton. Got kind of underneath Dante Jackson, lost him in the zone. That's a big first down. On 3rd and 3, Nix drops back. He's got a man open again. That's another first down. I believe that is Josh Reynolds for the Broncos who makes the catch. 3rd and 6 now from the 6-yard line. Looking to score. Throwing across. And that's a touchdown. Joey Porter tried breaking on that ball, but he was just boxed out on the play by Marvin Mims. A fantastic catch from the young playmaker. Bo Nix rifled it in there, just got it past Joey Porter, who wasn't able to make a play, missed his attempt to swat the ball there and wasn't able to break that one up. Russell Wilson jogs back onto the field with the offense, with the lead cut in half by the Broncos on that touchdown play. Jaylen Warren will get the carry, and he fumbles. That ball was punched out. Jaylen Warren fumbles the football on the first play of the drive, recovered by Denver. There's no question about this one. That one was definitely out. Big play. I believe Baron Browning came in and punched that ball right out. Right there. Strong left jab, able to recover it. That sets Denver up in some great field position. Following the Marvin Mims touchdown, he'll jog back onto the field and see if he gets more involved down in the red zone like the last possession. 2nd and 8 from the 29. Fantastic field position for the Broncos to try and tie this game up. Throw to Cortland Sutton, picks up the first down after a big hit. Emptying it out now. Bo Nix, 2nd and 6, going to take the snap from the shotgun, throwing across the middle. He's got the completion, and there's another fumble. This time it's picked up by the Steelers. Dante Jackson picks up the fumble. Fantastic play by the Steelers defense to pick that one up. They will now start with the ball, take it right back. Let's see who was able to force this one out. It looked like Patrick Queen had the final blow to knock that one out. Great play. Wilson, plenty of time throwing, gets Roman Wilson sat down and took a big hit there. Good play by the rookie to hang on to that one for the first down. On 2nd and 10, Russell Wilson takes the snap with a bunch to the left, throwing intercepted. Russell Wilson tried to fit that one into his number one, George Pickens, and that one got picked off. There is a player down, and it is Pickens after that. Looked like he landed a little awkwardly. He is very upset on the sideline, clearly upset about the interception as well, along with the injury. On 1st and 10, Bo Nix goes down. That's Patrick Queen, who just forced a fumble, comes up with a sack on the very next defensive play for the Steelers. That'll force a 2nd and 16 for the Broncos. It was a hip issue for George Pickens. He looks like he'll be back at some point today. Gonna rest a couple series though. The throw and catch, great play in the backfield. Demonte KZ turns that throw and catch into a loss with a fantastic tackle in coverage. 3rd and 17. They would not convert. That'll bring out the field goal unit for the Broncos, who will kick up and no good. It doinks off the right upright. Out. No double doink, no single doink. That's a bad one. Bad miss for the Broncos. Keeps it a 7-point game, and the Steelers on top. Wilson walks back out with the offense, hoping to add on to this lead a little bit at this point. The Steelers will start with a single back. Jalen Warren, two receivers to the left, two tight ends to the right. Handoff to Warren. He sneaks through, and he's going to pick up 5 yards on that carry. That'll have him eclipse the 100-yard mark with that carry. Fantastic job for him today so far. 2nd and 5. Wilson throws. He's got Roman Wilson with the catch for the first down. He has been a first down machine today. 1st and 10 from the 39. Wilson dropping back, waiting, throwing over the middle. He's got George Pickens. Fantastic touch on that throw to George Pickens on the dig route. Gets him down inside the red zone at the 12-yard line with a fresh set of downs. Look at George Pickens using his speed. Wilson lets the route develop, freezes the flat defender to come down on Freiermuth and throws it right over the top of him. Wilson on the RPO throws it to Roman Wilson, who powers his way into the end zone. The rookie receiver hangs on to another one for a big play. His second touchdown in as many weeks. Great play by the former Wolverine to hold on to that one. Great fake from Wilson, threw it right over the top of the defender. Roman Wilson makes the catch and knows what to do with it after that. Put his head down and find the goal line. Great play by Roman Wilson. Boswell on the following kickoff. Drops this one into Denver's returner. He's got some space, taking it up past the 40, and he's end up being knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line. More great field position for the Broncos. Can they finally capitalize on this? Nick, play action. One deep. Knocked away Dante Jackson with tight coverage on Cortland Sutton. Minka Fitzpatrick showed up late as well on that play. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning where the Steelers have dominated today, 21-7 so far in this one. Bo Nix on 3rd and 4, going to drop back. He's got one up the seam. Great slot fade. Minka Fitzpatrick gets absolutely stiff-armed off. Huge play by the receiver. I believe that's Reynolds who had the catch there. Minka just out of position from the start of the play. It looks like he was playing a deep half, was lined up at the middle of the field to start trying disguise. The disguise ended up hurting the Steelers, though, and to end the possession, another touchdown to Marvin Mims from the 2-yard line. So far, 2 touchdowns from him down in the red zone. He is looking like a promising young receiver in this league so far today. Following the touchdown, Calvin Austin will have the return. He makes a move, gets a big block from Patterson. Bad angles from the kicker. Calvin Austin's gone down the left sideline. Following the touchdown, he responds with another one. Huge play from the return man, Calvin Austin. He is a big play waiting to happen, a human highlight reel. He takes that one back to the house for his first return touchdown of the season. Big plays from all facets of the game. But so far in the first 2 weeks, we have seen the Pittsburgh Steelers make big plays on special teams, whether that's pinning teams back deep, having nice returns to set up the offense, or even turning your return into your offense. There's a big play by Calvin Austin. The Broncos will take over with less than a minute here. Throw from Nix is complete to Dulcich. Little cluster to the left. Nix throwing across the middle. He's got Sutton, who picks up another first down. Timeout burned by Denver. They have none left. Trips to the left. Over the middle, Javonte Williams was wide open. No one in the vicinity. Miles Killebrew ended up making the first contact with him, and he was brought down by a horde of Steelers. 1st and 10, less than 30 seconds remain. Going underneath, this is Dulcich again with the catch. Actually, excuse me, I believe that's Troutman. Adam Troutman had the catch there. He's slow getting up, holding his arm. Remaining in the game, however, Nix drops back on 2nd and inches. He's rolling in trouble with TJ Watt breathing down his neck. He ends up getting rid of that one. 3rd and inches with 7 seconds. They decide to just kick this one to end the half. And we will go into halftime with the 28-17 game. A lot of fireworks and a lot of scoring. Not typical Steeler football. Not really typical Bronco football, honestly, either. So an interesting game so far. Coach Backus has developed somewhat of a different culture with this team, and they do seem to try and win these track races with teams so far this season. As for other games around the league, let's take a look at some games going on so far today and Thursday. We have got the Bengals and the Chiefs. Pretty good game so far in the second quarter. Pat Mahomes and the 0-1 Chiefs trying to bounce back. However, the Cincinnati Bengals, who also lost their Week 1 game, are trying to recover and turn around this season. The Bills went and traveled down to Miami, where the Dolphins handed them a 33-14 loss. A little bit of redemption after last year's Week 18, where the Buffalo Bills came in and stole the division from them. Cleveland then traveled down to Jacksonville, where Deshaun Watson was not able to overcome the overpowering offense of Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. 10-point win for the Jaguars gave them their first win on the season. Obviously, a lot of offense, a lot of scoring so far today. Bo Nix with 2 touchdown passes has looked pretty good. A couple turnovers so far today has made a bit of a difference, and some big special teams plays by the Steelers so far also have helped quite a bit. Riley Moss will have the return. He's got space, ends up being tackled. It almost came down to Boswell to make the play there. Good play by the Steelers to be able to stop that. However, a nice return sets the Broncos up at the 45. Bo Nix, first down, play action, gets it out right away. He's got a completion and nearly a first down to Marvin Mims, who's already got 2 touchdowns on the day. That'll set him up with a 2nd and 1. Play action once again to Williams. They go underneath at the first down, I believe, to Troutman there, who kind of just sat down on the route, made the catch. 3 tight ends in the game for the Broncos now on 2nd and 7. Handoff Javonte Williams. He's wrapped up in the backfield by Keanu Benton. Great play by the nose tackle of the Steelers. However, there was a holding. We'll see what will end up happening here. Coach Backus has decided to decline the penalty, and that was the right move as it ends up being a 4th down. The Broncos attempt the 55-yard field goal. It is up, and it's good. Just squeaking in the right upright. Had some room to back up even for that kick. Good job redeeming himself from the doink earlier in the game. That makes it a 28-20 game for the Steelers, who jog their offense out onto the field. Russell Wilson so far having a pretty efficient day. 1 interception is the only blemish seemingly on his stat line today. Jalen Warren going to bounce this one out to the left after getting the handoff, and he'll pick up a measly 2 on the play. However, he is a little slow getting up. Looks like he's holding something on his lower half. Visibly frustrated on the sideline after that injury. Seems like a decent amount of Steelers are taking some hits today. Definitely looking a little worn down. 2nd and 8, Wilson dropped back, took too much time, and Baron Browning sacked the quarterback on the play. He's already got a forced fumble today. That guy is making a huge difference in today's game. That'll be a 3rd and 19 for the Steelers. Take another look at this sack. Baron Browning just got right past. It looked like they put Fotanu on him over there. Fotanu just got outskilled a little bit there. Looks like Browning took the inside on him. He overset a bit. Jalen Warren did end up just cramping there, so he'll be back in a little bit. But that would be the end of the Steelers' drive. The Broncos take over, and on 2nd and 10, Williams bouncing out to the outside on the toss. Deshaun Elliott comes down and makes a great play in the backfield to force a 3rd and 14 for the Broncos. They'll go with the empty look here. Quads to the left. Bo Nix trying to escape the pocket. Barely gets rid of it. Peyton Wilson intercepts it. Peyton Wilson intercepts. He's going to score. Touchdown, Steelers. Another defensive touchdown as he hits the worm in celebration of this touchdown. What a play. Highsmith hit Nix. Ball flew right into Peyton Wilson's hands for the pick six. What a play. It just shows how devastating this pressure is and how special this young interior linebacker is for the Steelers. The following drive, following the pick six, Bo Nix throws it. Great balance by Courtland Sutton. Took a big hit from Peyton Wilson, stayed on his feet, and picked up the first down. The very next play, Bo Nix going to take the snap. Looking, dropping it underneath. He's got Troutman once again with a catch for a first down. That moves him out way past midfield, really threatening on this drive. Coming up a little shaken up was Troutman. It looks like he's hobbling on that left ankle, maybe the left knee a bit there. Nonetheless, 2nd and 6. Bo Nix drops back, throwing nearly picked off by Dante Jackson. The corner makes a great play on that out route. He's been doing his best covering Courtland Sutton all day. Not a very easy task. TJ Watt got the pressure on that play, put a big hit on rookie quarterback Bo Nix. He has been threatening all day to get home and make some plays on this young quarterback. The next drive, starting with a 1st and 20, not ideal, but they pick it up with Roman Wilson over the middle. Great throw from Russell to stay in the pocket, hit Roman Wilson, and picks up a big first down. Wilson, the very next play, empty again, going to Pickens. Actually, it was a 3rd down on that play. He picks up the 3rd down and much more. Pickens has been great with the run after catch so far this season. Get the ball in his hands and see what he can do. He's a big athletic receiver. He's got really solid hands. He's been running pretty good routes so far this season and is looking like a complete #1 receiver for this squad. Wilson now with Harris to his left. He's going to drop back. He's got Freiermuth over the middle on the drag, picking up nearly the first down. I think they're going to mark him a bit short. Freiermuth, a nice play there. He's got a touchdown today. What else can he do to get involved? I formation for the Steelers, 2 receivers to the left. 2nd and 10, handoff goes to Harris. He's trucking forward. He's got a first down and more. Najee Harris had Isaac Samalu leading the way for him along with Ben Mason. He was pinballing between blockers and defenders and ends up picking up the first down, just keeping his legs churning. What a good game so far. A lot of good offense and some pretty good defensive performances as well. Very good individual performances and overall as a team from the Steelers, looking like the normal Steelers defense. On 2nd and 5, Russell Wilson finds Darnell Washington for a great start to the 4th quarter. Touchdown, Washington boxed his man out, going to the end zone on a corner route. Wilson put it only where the big tight end could make a play on that ball. Fantastic job. First touchdown of the season for Darnell Washington, I believe, as he makes a great play there, hangs on. 42 points for the Steelers, not typically what we would be saying in years past, but the offense looks revitalized with Dominic Backus as the head coach. Taking another look at that big play by Patrick Queen, he sure knows how to hit some players. Throw to the flat. Javonte Williams makes a man miss. I believe that was Deshaun Elliott, and he gets up past midfield with the missed tackle in the backfield. What an athletic play by Javonte Williams to hang on to that and get up the field, as it appears Mike McGlinchey, the tackle of the Broncos, was injured on the play. 1st and 10 for Nix. Going over the middle, he's got another completion to Reynolds, as Alex Highsmith now holding his side, possibly his arm, as he looks to be injured on the play. He's going back to the tunnel. This is not a good sign for the Steelers defense. Myjai Sanders checks in on the edge opposite TJ Watt now. That's a completion for the first down. Bo Nix and the Broncos trying to stay in this one as the time is ticking down and that lead is starting to look bigger and bigger for the Steelers. 1st and 10 from the 19. Bo Nix going to take the snap. He's got all day to throw. He's scrambling. He gets up. The Steelers have been containing him well all day. This time they don't, and he takes it down to the 5. Bo Nix is a very sneaky athletic quarterback as he just didn't see his initial read, pulled it down, and ran. That looked like it could have been the third touchdown, I believe, for Marvin Mims. But Patrick Queen, no, excuse me, it was Cortland Sutton. Patrick Queen made the play, and Denver would end up settling for a field goal on the drive. So far, we've seen Russell Wilson make some great throws today, including this one to Roman Wilson on the RPO. Fantastic read and great hands for Wilson to drive into the end zone after making a catch. Two tight ends in the game for the Steelers. Handoff goes to Warren. He's taken down in the backfield, and he has not looked the same since those cramps. And he goes down once again, holding that ankle potentially. It looks like the right ankle is being examined for him. Um, Not a good sign if you're a Steelers fan. 1st and 10, the Broncos have the ball back. 7 minutes ticking down here. 5-yard carry for Javonte Williams to start the drive. It is just a 16-point game. It's really just 2 possessions here. Steelers have to start locking it down a bit. They go underneath. 1st down pickup. Yes, he does end up getting it. Kind of ran along the 1st down marker the entire time he had the ball and ended up reaching forward and making the play. Challenged with a 3rd down now. Bo Nix dropping back. He's got a man underneath over the middle. Another big hit by Smith Peyton Wilson there made the big hit initially and ended up stopping the 3rd down from being converted. It's a 4th and 2, possibly the end of the game here if they don't pick it up, but they do. That was Dulcich who ends up making the 1st down grab there. 1st and 10 from the 47. Bo Nix has someone chasing after him, finally getting home. TJ Watt makes a big play on the rookie quarterback. Welcome to the league, Bo Nix, and welcome to TJ Watt's backfield as he's been owning it all day. Throw to the sideline. Miles Killebrew in coverage on that play is complete, but it will be a 4th and 2 once again for this Bronco offense. Going to pitch it out to Javonte Williams. He's going to pick up the 1st down, initial contact. I believe Patrick Queen there doesn't end up making the play. They're going to continue to try and get on the ball quick and hurry it up. Big completion to Sutton there for 7 yards, making it a 2nd and 3. Some of these Broncos look like they're breathing pretty hard. They're going to go with the play action. Looking for the end zone. Dante Jackson in coverage. It was overthrown for Cortland Sutton. That would have been the matchup I would have tried to exploit as well. Definitely a size advantage for the Broncos. 4th and 1. This is the game. Missing the tackle is Roberts, but that's a huge play. Kyron Johnson coming in. He was kind of a depth edge piece, depth linebacker, but with Alex Highsmith out of the game, he comes in and makes potentially the game-winning play, tackling Javonte Williams in the backfield. Elandon Roberts was going for the kill shot on that play to try and take him down in the backfield. Ended up being a bit late on the tackle, missed, but that was a fantastic play there on the edge. Steelers get the ball back. They're going to try and milk this clock out as Wilson and the offense meet up. However, Wilson will end up taking a seat. Justin Fields checks into the game and hands it to Najee Harris there. 8-yard pickup for Harris. That should take us down to the 2-minute warning. 42-26, a 16-point game so far. The Steelers showing some dominant offense this season. Fields will motion in Freiermuth, hand it to Harris, who picks up a 1st down. Timeout burned by the Steelers, however, here as Samalu, their starting guard, ends up going down, and he's going to be jogging off to the locker room. That doesn't look great. They'll have to bring in a depth piece on the O-line, and Fields will stay in the game, handing to Harris on 3rd down. He ends up losing a couple there. Fantastic play by Denver's defense, and they'll get the ball back with about a minute and a half. Bo Nix rolling out, going to throw it underneath, complete. Tackled by Patrick Queen, and it looks like Minka Fitzpatrick involved as well. Tick, 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 down to a minute 15. Throwing underneath. Cortland Sutton makes the catch and breaks 2 tackles, but ends up stepping out of bounds to stop the clock with a minute and 11 seconds. Bo Nix dropping back. Looking, he's got a man downfield. Josh Reynolds with the catch. Great play. That sets him up with a 1st and 10 from the 22. Denver really threatening here. Bo Nix dropping back. Sacked. Fumble. Myjai Sanders forces it. Keanu Benton picks it up. That's the game. Myjai Sanders subbed in for Alex Highsmith. ends up ending the game with a sack fumble. Keanu Benton fell on the ball. He had a great game today as well. What a free agent signing during the preseason. Backus came in as the coach and he immediately brought Sanders in, who was on the free agent market. They said it was originally just to be a practice squad member. However, Sanders impressed so much during preseason, he ended up making the roster, and he ended up winning this game for the Steelers at the end there, solidifying it at least. What a great game. Defensive touchdowns, special teams touchdowns, and offensive touchdowns. Doesn't get much better than this if you're a Steelers fan. Let's take a little look at the stats. Russell Wilson didn't throw that many times. However, he was effective with 3 touchdowns. Jalen Warren and Najee Harris ran the ball well. However, Jalen Warren with a huge start to the game, a 66-yarder. After that, however, he did cool off with just 12 carries and for about 40 yards. Did get shaken up a couple times during this game with a sprained ankle, along with some muscle cramps. We saw a couple guys catch touchdowns, including both the tight ends and Roman Wilson. On the offensive line, Fontenot is still working through some rookie struggles, gave up a sack. Otherwise, they were pretty good on the O line. Patrick Queen led the team with 12 tackles. A lot of guys getting involved in the backfield with Hayward and Watt having multiple TFLs. A couple other guys, a lot of other guys actually on the list with TFLs as well. Sanders with that sack fumble at the end. TJ Watt got back there. Cam Hayward and Highsmith combined for a sack. Peyton Wilson had the interception off that great pressure from the Steelers defense. 3 PBUs from Dante Jackson. Sanders and Queen, obviously, with the forced fumbles, a couple of recoveries as well, and obviously Peyton Wilson's defensive touchdown. Boswell did his job, had to go out for 6 extra points and made them all. Johnston wasn't super busy today, but he did good. Calvin Austin, obviously. I think I've decided that week 2 is just going to be its own episode, so I will be just keeping this into one game for this video. I think that's good amounts, just keeping it simple, a game an episode. Um, and it allows me to add some more of this extra stuff, main menu stuff into the video without making it too long. Bo Nix obviously had a very good game against us. Defense is having a tough time, but we do end up taking our first victory of the season. Um, we have a couple players to upgrade potentially, or is that just Cam Sutton still? Yep, just Sutton. Um, that was a fun one to play. I do think I am going to try to lower down the quarter length to 11. I'll start with. I just think that game still took. Oh, not it didn't take too long. Just the scoring was very high. A lot of big stats from some guys. So um, I think that's something that I can do to resolve that issue, just lowering the quarter length. A couple new injuries. Obviously, Herbig will be back next week. Highsmith with an abdominal tear, and Siamalu with a torn labrum. So we're gonna have to decide on whether or not I want to IR these guys. Um, I'm gonna take a second to figure out whether or not I want to do that. I know in this game it's kind of weird that you can't really bring them back or anything. So, or there's like one guy you get to bring back a year or something weird like that. If they did update that, please let me know and I'll, put some more of these guys on IR because I think now it's like 4 weeks and then you can come off in real life. So as of now, I don't think they're going to go on the IR. However, that does put us at an odd spot for our um, roster currently. It looks like that's it for this week. I think we should potentially take a look at what we'll do on the edge rusher spot because we only have 5 guys and one of them's hurt. So Sanders, I think we'll be good. We'll end up probably having to start Herbig behind Highsmith. My Jay Sanders played really good though. Sanders might have to get the start just because of how good he played this week. So I think that might be the play we end up going with. But thank you for watching. I think that's it for this video. If there's anything else you want me to be including on these franchise videos or any other parts of the franchise you would like to be more a part of, please let me know. It's great getting the first victory against Denver. Can't wait to see you in the next one against the Chargers. Thank you for watching. Comment below with what more you'd like to see out of this series. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Go Steelers.